अपना फुल नेम कमेंट करना है, आपकी अटेंडेंस वहां से ऑटो मार्क होगी। और आप लोगों ने अपनी क्लास पे फोकस करना है। लास्ट 10 मिनट्स में मैं आपको यहाँ पर चैट बॉक्स में जो है लिंक शेयर कर दूंगी यूट्यूब के सेशन का। आपने तब जो है, और मैं आपको रिमाइंड भी करा दूंगी कि आप अपनी अटेंडेंस मार्क कर लें। तो लास्ट 10 मिनट्स के अंदर आपने अपनी अटेंडेंस मार्क करनी है, उससे पहले कोई भी अपनी अटेंडेंस मार्क नहीं करेगा। और सर्टिफिकेट्स के लिए जो लोग अपने टास्क और एक्टिविटीज़ कंप्लीट करेंगे और जिनकी अटेंडेंस कंप्लीट होगी और जिनकी एक्टिविटीज़ कंप्लीट होंगी, उनको सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा। दोनों में से जो अगर किसी की इनकम्प्लीट है तो उनको सर्टिफिकेट इशू नहीं किया जाएगा। इसलिए अपनी अटेंडेंस प्रॉपर्ली मार्क किया करें और अपनी असाइनमेंट्स जो हैं वो डेडलाइन तक सबमिट करवाया करें। बहुत सारे बच्चों ने अपनी असाइनमेंट सबमिट नहीं करवाई हैं आज की। दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड। मैम आप कंटिन्यू कर सकती हैं।
Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone. I will turn on my cameras in 1 minute. And before that, I just want you to say hello and introduce myself a little. I'm Miss Maheen and I'm actually an IELTS instructor. I'm British Council certified. And as well as I am the Vice President of Maruf Wellbeing Foundation. I am working also for Youth Department for its development. And I have been a recognized person in my field of work for English as well as for the youth. So that would be my short introduction. I don't like to keep it long or anything. Let me just turn on my camera. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, I hope I am visible. Can you see me all? Everyone, can you see me?
Yes, ma'am, you are visible.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so class, today is our second day of starting our class, and I want it to be as clear as I can be, as well as easy as can be. So yesterday we learned some sound rules and also how you can improve your English in short period of time, not making it so stressful for yourself. So we are just going to do that. And English is just a language, it's also a skill, how you speak and everything. So today we are just going to revise those sound rules first. I hope everyone does remember them because I'm going to utilize them, and as well as I'm going to ask you a few questions related to that before we move forward. Okay, let's just get on with that. Okay. Okay. So yesterday we learned some sound rules and it was voiceless and voice sounds. Voiceless sounds being p, t, and then the voice sounds would be b, d. And we also learned our sound rule, which is mostly used in British English. And I want you all to learn that English because, again, you can get many opportunities. I have been with Radio Pakistan, FM Radio 101, as well as I have been to many more, places and everything. And एक चीज़ मैं guarantee कहूँगी कि whenever I use this standard English, I always got the job and I always got my things through, as well as I stood valedictorian in my uni times as well. So it was because of those English, because of some skills and rules that I used. I hope कि मैं थोड़ा सा smoothly जाऊँ, ठीक है? So if anyone is having any questions or anything, you can ask me. But remember, ask me when I'm looking at the chat, okay? First, we learned our sound rule, okay? And our sound rule is simple. Our sound rule says that if a R is followed by a vowel, then R is silent, just like car, teacher, or I can give mother, or as well as I have this word here, and that is world, not world, world. So that is the R sound rule. It says that कि अगर किसी word के अंदर, if we have a vowel and then an R, okay, so then R sound, not the word R sound, is silent. We also learned P sound rule, that was a P sound, and it is a voiceless sound, so you will utter the puff of air, just like pen or purple or Pakistan. So all these sounds, or Peshawar, all these sounds will have a P sound. Now, then we have a T sound. T sound is also uttered with puff of air. So just like tennis, tablet. Okay. Now, all these are voiceless sounds. Now, we have also learned T sound rule, right? T sound rule is what? Whenever T comes at the end of a word, we don't pronounce it, just like right. Look, 10, and right. Stopped. How to pronounce word and world? Okay, word. I will speak closely to my mic. Word. There is no R. World. World. There's a d sound at the end. World. Okay? So, silent at the end. Yes, T silent at the end in T sound rule. Okay? Only in T sound rule. P sound पे apply नहीं होता. Just like अगर मैं कहूँ top, top, क्योंकि P एंड में है तो फर्स्ट साउंड आई है, लेकिन pot, pot, थ आखिर में नहीं आई. Pot. So that is the T sound rule. We also learned B and D sound. B kaun si sound hai? Just like it has a B and D has a vibration in it, just like dog or. Are there background noises?
यस मैम, काफी पीछे से आवाजें आ रही.
Okay, still
नो इट्स ओके, अब ठीक है, अब ठीक है, पहले काफी आवाजें
Okay.
आ रही.
Okay. Again, I will tell you a secret about our academy. We are having a graduation ceremony. So if you would not know, but I am having 3 laptops in front of me opening and doing this thing. We have a graduation ceremony tomorrow. And we are just arranging that. So the whole faculty members all are here. And of course, it's going to be a little bit of, chaos, but we will try to make it this class a success, and I will try my best कि noise ना आए. Okay, so अभी तो माशाल्लाह से मैंने कोशिश की है कि कोई noise ना आए, but let's see अगर noise आए तो आप मुझे inform कर सकते हैं, and I will try my best कि वो noise ना आए. Okay, so now we were at B and D sounds. Now, before starting our today's topic, let me explain. Today's topic is communication in personal and professional level, and how you can. मैंने आपको बताया था कि personal level अलग होता है, professional अलग होता है, लेकिन communication का क्या role है? How to improve that communication? How to escape that fear in your mind कि कैसे ये communication मैं नहीं कर सकती, and how to talk to anyone very comfortably and everything. ठीक है? Yes, it is a very interesting topic because I'm also going to talk about psychological factors. I'm also going to talk about what steps you need to take if you are very fearful of communication. So before that, let's learn a sound rule that is one of my favorite sounds, and that is ing sound rules. I'm tapping it for you. Ing sound rule, because that was left in yesterday's class and I don't want to leave all the important sounds. Now, ing, like ing थोड़ा सा ing sound आती है, और हम क्या कहते हैं? Playing, teaching, running. So these ing is wrong. ing sound rule suggests that if there, yes, singing हम इस तरह कहते हैं. ing sound rule suggests that in the end of a word, if there is ing, then G is silent. Interesting. Trust in. IN stop. G cancel हो जाता है. G cut हो जाता है. Play in. Sing in. Alright? Talk in. Teach in. Slip in. Good. You're again, Ursula Arshad. You're excellent. I really love how you're fast. Do in, beat in. Right? So you can also listen to the T sounds. But G sound, we often use it. Yes, we do use it. I'm not saying we don't use it, but in this case, ing at the end of a word, then we are not going to pronounce the G. T is in, bacon. I will give you one interesting example. Just type, have everyone tried KFC, or do you like KFC? Just KFC. Do you like it? Yes or no? Just yes or no? Yes, okay. Kanvi likes KFC. No, okay. Someone, Mr. Muhammad does not like KFC. Oh, KFC, no. Okay, you have seen it, you know KFC. KFC has this brand advertisement in which they write finger licking good. Finger licking. Okay? So they don't write the G at the end. So that is the finger licking good, right? So it now when you will see the KFC, you will note that sound, that G आखिर में अगर word क्या है ing, then the G is silent. It's finger licking in good. Or I'm going to just go towards the chat and I'm going to read some examples that you have shared it. Because okay, watching, good, watching, and there is blooming, cooking. ख साउंड पे भी बहुत अपने फोकस रखना है. Bacon, देखिए can के को teasing, playing, turning. So as I'm trying to pronounce it as clearly I can, आप देखेंगे. Okay, okay, everyone is writing. Tasting, writing, farming, tasting, glowing. Yes, all these words, when there is ing at the end, G is silent. So can I move forward, everyone? Is it clear? Okay, yes, clear, good, good, clear. Now, the sound rules. Now let's talk about communication. Like everyone is using social media this time and everyone is connected to each other from one way to another. But I have also felt this difficulty when you're talking to a person and you cannot connect to that person. That is also a psychological issue. Have you ever faced that issue, chat box? Have you ever faced that issue? बस ऐसा लग रहा है कि दीवार से बात करें, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा. With our leaders, with our bosses, with our managers, or with our parents. Mostly मुझे parents के साथ मसला बहुत आता है कि I'm talking and they cannot understand me. So yes, everyone has this problem. Communication and effective communication. Listen to this word. Effective communication is very important. Now, there are many factors to it, how you can do it. First, let's talk about its importance and significance. What, is it important? Is it crucial or no? Well, I will talk about that from ancient times when the language was created, people used different sorts of mediums to communicate, just like they used pictures. That I can also, if I give this emoji and I want everyone to predict the meaning, can anyone tell me that what this emoji means? Seven C's. Yes, you're talking about seven C's, but we are going to talk about communication on personal and crying. Okay, someone said crying. Okay. What else? Mixed feelings, emotional, sad. Okay. Happily emotional. Okay. खुशी के आंसू. Beautiful. Okay. Upset. Wow. Okay. Emotional, unpleasant. Everyone is having a different meaning. This is the communication. When you say something, even though you don't mean it, the other person can interpret it wrongly. I was talking about the same thing, that how communication is used since ancient times, but of course, as we cannot communicate and pass our message through, we are having several different conflicts and several different misunderstandings. And do you know the main reason for conflict is misunderstanding? So why communication is important, why there are 1,000 books to improve your communication, and how you can actually do it without reading those 1,000 books and watching so many TED Talks is simple in this class. Now, first, communication is very important when you want to send your message across. Now, how you do it is depend on annotations. Do you know annotations, chat? Clear and concise? Yes, you are right. But do you know annotations? No. Okay. 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 So let me just switch to another thing. Do you know tones? Do you know what does tone means? What is a tone? Yes. Yes, you do. Sometimes we are going to start from tones, then we are going to move toward that. There are 6 different tones. Okay, 6 way of speaking. So there are 6 different tones. There's a rising tone, just like I will say, "Oh, my name is Mahin." I'm raising the word Mahin, so that is a rising tone, and I'm going to write it. Rising tone. So that is the first tone. Then this is the first tone. Then we have a fallen tone, just like whenever we are ending something and whenever we are stop talking, we make our tone a little bit, slow, and we will just make it a fall. We will make a fall like, okay, that's the end. End. Low in pitch. Yes, thank you, chat. Okay, so that is a rising tone, that is a falling tone. Then we have rise and fall and rise. These are the 2 next one. Rise and fall. We are going to talk about a very interesting thing. Or fall and rise. So we are first falling and then we are rising. So, well, I talk to her, but she never gets me. then you're raising your tones. Then we have a neutral that we all have a PhD in it. हम बातें ही neutral में करते हैं. हाँ बस ठीक है, बस neutral बात, neutral monotone, just like मैं कहती हूँ कि एक monotone में बात करें. As you could notice that I'm sometimes, whenever I'm talking to you, even though I cannot see you guys, I'm changing my expressions, changing the tones. So let's talk about why it's important as well. And then we have dropout. I'm not going to use the example of dropout, but dropout is when you shout or give instructions, just like when you give instructions of shut up. So you're dropping that up tone. So these are the 6 tones. Okay, I'm having some issues. Okay, we have the 6 tones, and these 6 tones are very important when you're talking to someone. Either you're talking to your interviewer. I'm also going to tell you that what is a psychology dropout. It's drop out, like when you're dropping the tone, just like if I'm saying shut up, right? So I'm dropping the up. Now, I'm also going to talk about the interview and the psychology behind that as well. So these are the tones, right? Not instructions, but orders. Instructions can be used or give while you're using the other tones, but for specifically dropout tone, it's an order or it's something that you're very angry at someone and you shout at them, or like get out. So like get out, out is dropped. So these are the tones. And the psychology behind is quite simple. You're going to use different tones to show that what do you mean. Now I'm going to use just one tone, rising tone, and I'm going to say a message. I didn't say I liked her. Repeat the D, last one. Drop out, it's drop out. Okay, I'm going to write a message. I didn't say I liked her. I cannot hear you. Is anyone trying to speak? I cannot hear you.
मैम आप कंटिन्यू करें, मैंने उनको म्यूट कर दिया, वैसे ही बात कर रहे थे.
Okay, I said that we have 6 tones. First is rising tone, rising tone. Then we have fallen tone. Then we have rise and fall. Wait. Rise and fall, and fall and rise. And then we have dropout. Okay, so these are the tones and neutral. So these are the 6 tones. Again, you wait, just give me 1 minute. Okay, how about now? Chat, please tell me. Oh, thank you, Kanvi. You're so kind to me. Okay, so these are the tones, right? And now, there's still background noises. Kindly class, bear with it, as I told you that we are having some issues and we are preparing for a ceremony, as well as you can see I'm in the academy. So just bear with me today. Okay, so we are having different tones. Now, I said a message that I didn't say I liked her. Okay? This is the sentence. Let me erase the first word. I didn't say I liked her. इसका मीनिंग बनता है कि मैंने नहीं कहा कि मुझे वो पसंद है. I didn't say I liked her. मैंने नहीं कहा कि मुझे वो पसंद है. I didn't say I liked her. मैंने हाँ पे फोकस किया मीन्स कि मैंने ये नहीं कहा कि मुझे वो पसंद है। आई डिडंट से आई लाइक्ड हर। मैंने ये नहीं कहा कि मुझे वो पसंद है। ठीक है। सो while raising any word, it can make a big influence and we don't realize that. हम क्या कहते हैं, मरा बस जाओ ना। तो इस जाओ ना, it's kind of, you could have said yeah mara bas chodo na or jao na. It's like in smooth, but you when you add tones to it, it sounds a bit harsh, right? And you're going to be mindful of your lexical resources. Lexical resources mean vocabulary or the words you use. You're going to be very mindful of that as well. All right. All right. Correct. सो जस्ट लाइक यू नो कि एक टोन, एक छोटी सी टोन आपका, यस emphasizing expresses the feeling good, आप बहुत फर्क करती है. सो फर्स्ट यू आर गोइंग टू बी फर्स्ट लर्न द टोन्स. ठीक है. बिकॉज वेन यू आर लर्निंग दीज टोन्स, और जिस तरह मेरे स्टूडेंट्स थे मिस्टर सोहेल एंड एवरीथिंग, वो क्या करते थे, कहते थे कि मैम हमसे एक्सप्रेस नहीं किया जाता. तो मैं उनको कहती थी कि हमारी इतनी मिसोजिनिस्टिक लाइक वर्ल्ड है, इतना मैन लीडिंग वर्ल्ड है, लेकिन स्टिल लड़कों को अपनी फीलिंग्स एक्सप्रेस करने का मौका नहीं दिया जाता, जिसकी वजह से वो एक एक्सप्रेशन में, एक फ्लो में बात नहीं कर सकते. And many more people ask me that, ma'am, you can speak in such a flow, and you like the way you speak, it sometimes goes up and down and up and down. So this is the thing you have to learn. This is a skill. And when you have this skill, you can express your message to others very clearly. Now, second, we are going to learn. This is the one thing. Second, the art of pauses. This is something that I learned from my Japanese master, and I will teach you. Thank you. And I will teach you how to do that. This was my one of my Japanese masters. The art of pauses. Master the art of pauses, and I will tell you, it will help you greatly in anywhere you want or wherever you're going. It will help you in such a way. And it was very expensive workshop, so I will teach you in a very easy way. Pauses. Whenever you're saying something important or whenever you want to express something, pause. When you pause, it does not look unprofessional, it does not look unprofessional or does not feels bad, and it's a good thing. Pause. If you love to watch movies like me, you would have noticed that movies के अंदर जब भी कोई एक्टर कोई अपनी पंच लाइन बोलता है, तो वो उससे पहले और उसके बाद रुकता है. And you can also see that whenever I'm speaking, I'm pausing a lot. It's not unintentionally, it's intentionally. You need to pause. When you pause, your message is conveyed more smoothly. Yes, they are not. Many people are not comfortable with pauses. The reason for that is they think it's not real. They think that pausing makes them feel that they don't know English. अब एक मिसकंसेप्शन मैं आपको बताती हूँ कि फ्लुएंसी को फास्टली से आप लोगों ने सिनोनिम किया हुआ है कि मतलब फ्लुएंसी का मतलब है और प्रोफिशिएंसी का मतलब है कि आप जितना इंग्लिश तेजी से बोले. नो, यू आर नॉट रैपिंग इन इंग्लिश. इंग्लिश इज अ लैंग्वेज ऑफ स्मूथनेस. यू नीड टू स्पीक इट स्मूथली. फ्लुएंसी का मतलब है कि आप अपनी इंग्लिश कितना स्मूथली बोल सकते हैं. I can see if a person is fluent by seeing how smooth is their English is. Yes, soft and smooth. It shouldn't be, if I was speaking English very fastly and I would say that I'm fluent, it would be wrong because my message is not conveyed to others because I'm speaking in such a fast pace. It might, some people might not get it. So fluency का मतलब है, yes, इट्स मैंडेटरी. यस इट इज. स्मूथली का यही मतलब है कि आप कितना इंग्लिश आसानी से बोल सकते हैं विदाउट स्टटरिंग. व्हाट इज स्टटरिंग? जब आप एक वर्ड पे अटकते हो. समटाइम्स इट्स नेचुरल. सम ब्रिटिश पीपल और ब्रिटन्स डू दैट कि वो थोड़ा सा अटकते हैं, वो भी आर्म्स एंड आर्स यूज करते हैं, बट मोस्टली दे यूज द आर्ट ऑफ पॉजेस. एंड आई विल गिव यू एन एग्जांपल. ठीक है, आई लव टू गिव एग्जांपल्स, सो आई विल गिव यू वन. ठीक है. Mm, well, everyone, I am going to teach you about communications. This was when I was not stopping. And now, pauses. Well, class, today I'm going to teach you about communications or how to improve it. So, replace your ums and ahs with the pauses. It's I know it feels like it will be tough. I know it feels like English बहुत मुश्किल language है. Look, it's not magic. You cannot just snap your fingers and just learn it. But with practice and with patience, you can learn it and you can speak very fluently. Remember, fluently, not with, in a very fast pace. And yes, of course, Mr. Ursula, you're right that you have to replace your filler words with pauses. Just like I use the word like a lot, like, like I use it a lot. And I try to avoid that by using different methods and everything. Remember, whenever you're learning English, you should be a bag of tricks, or you should have a bag of tricks. What is a bag of tricks? Means you're having different strategies and methods. Okay, so that was okay. Though I think the outline is not shared with you, there is reading and speaking skills, and it's not in this class, it's about communication here. So I will focus on that. Thank you. But I really like your input. No, you can just replace it with the silence, like pauses are silent. So, Mr. Dilham, what you can do is whenever you're getting stuck, just pause for a minute, okay? Or think. Okay, now let's talk about these are the two things. First tone, second is when you're first tones, and second would be the art of pauses. Now, the third thing, lexical resources or the vocabulary used, right? In English, you don't have to use words like frabistic or bombastic. Try to have those vocabulary words just like crucial. Crucial is important. You have to have those vocabulary words that are used in day-to-day life, but don't go and become a know-it-all. ठीक है, know-it-all नहीं बनना. And try to use idioms in English, just like hum. Yes, it is vital. We try to use idioms in English, okay? Like whenever you use idioms, just like हम उर्दू में जब हम महारत रखते हैं तो हम बोलते हैं मुहावरे, ठीक है? So in English you are going to use idioms, okay? So idioms, one of my go-to idioms are piece of cake, or it is couch potato, wet blanket. All these idioms you should know and learn it by heart. And how you can learn them? There are 500 plus idioms. You do not need to learn everything. Yes, cherry on cake. Yes. So you do not need to learn all of them. Just use 5 to 6 daily, and you will learn more when you grow older or when you are engaged with different people. So you will learn by time. So these were the things that you need to know. Now, communication, you can improve it. First, remember communication is a two-way conversation. You need to understand that yes, you can use just like in my first class I used an idiom busy bee. I'm actually a busy bee. Busy bee means a busy person. So try to use the idioms a lot because Britons and as well as Americans use idioms when they're speaking. So when you know idioms, you can communicate with them very easily. Now, another thing that I'm going to just give me a minute. Okay. So, communication, how you can improve it. So, communication is a two-way conversation, and you need to know what is the person and who is the person you're talking to, and what is their background, and are they able to engage in with me in that conversation. First, let's take an example of our managers or our team leaders, or it could be, mm, oh, I'm getting to that point. What is the best way to communicate effectively in English? I'm getting to that point. So, either it is your principal or either it is your mother or anything, you need to know their habits and you need to know how to communicate with them easily. First, you need to have a professional tone. Try to have a raising tone, try to have a falling tone in it, good tones. Second, pause when you're conveying your message so people can understand it very easily. Don't go and just speak English in a very fast pace or any conversation at a very fast pace. Try to make it smoothly, slowly, and easily. Now, in conversation, first you're going to note the person. Are you noting the person? Let's take an example. I'm talking to my boss, and I want to say that, ma'am, I'm having some issues and I have to have an off. And she is like, no, you cannot have offs because we are um tightly packed and we have so many things to do. So don't at that time, don't get confused or don't get angry at that time. You need to analyze the situation and convey your message truly. Also, it happens to the students, the university going students, then they are trying to talk to the HOD. Look, you need to understand the other person's perspective. Your perception is not the other person's perspective. Look at yourself as a third person. So I have seen that she is tightly packed and her schedule is full, but I'm also want leave. So you're going to use appropriate time. You're going to use appropriate tones, words to convey her. I'm going to a party. My mother is not allowing. What is the reason? She said that I'm going to parties a lot. Convey the message slowly, smoothly, and with effective reasons. Effective communication is achieved when you are having the perspective, not perception. These are two different words. You're having the perspective of other person. आपका नो और दूसरे का 6 को आप अपना 6 और दूसरे का नो मत बनाएं। ठीक है, अगर उसको 9 दिख रहा है और आपको 6 दिख रहा है तो उसके उस पे भी आप वैसे देखें। So convey her. And I remember at the start of my career I was having an issue and I was debating with the principal and I was saying कि बच्चे नहीं कर सकते speech, आप इन पे pressure मत डालें, मुझ पे pressure मत डालें, they cannot do it. Then I tried to understand from their perspective that they wanted a speech because they were having issues with their senior ups. So I tried to understand and I was like that, ma'am, because I know that you are having some pressures on top of you, or are you having pressures because of your senior ups or the director or the chairman, but it is not possible to give a best productive outcome that you want, and it would be worst if we try to force the children's now during their midterms. We can do it after their midterms and schedule everything. I will take the lead and I will show you they will have a good result. But remember, once you convey your communication, you have to stick to it. Now, it applies to both personal and professional level. We can improve our communication effectively by talking to our friends. देखिए, I know some people would mind it. अपने friend से भी अच्छे तरीके से बात करें, ठीक है? I know. It could sound कि हम friends के साथ क्यों अच्छे से बात करें, हम अपने friends के साथ क्यों अच्छे से communication करें, but it plays a big role when you're learning ethical work and ethics of talking and everything. I'm again an ethical teacher and in T stool training, जो कि माशाल्लाह से इतनी महंगी है, उस ट्रेनिंग में सिर्फ इतना ही सिखाया जाता है कि you have to talk very fluently. Smoothly means smoothly, and you have to have this thing of conveying your message on even talking to your friends in a very soft and light tone. Am I clear, my audience? Then I can move forward. Okay, yes, okay, I'm clear. Okay, just give me chat. Okay, I have a question and I want you to answer it only in the chat. The question is, what is the big problem or what is the main problem you have while communicating? I want to know this. Is it a universal conflict or no? Okay, we have vocabulary shortage. Okay, what else? Okay, now I have some answers. Sorry, yes. Okay, sentence structures and hesitation. Question I want to ask, you can, I'm reading your questions. Okay, tone is very bad. They cannot understand it. You need to work on that. Lack of confidence. Okay, we are going to talk about this next one. Okay, let me go. Okay, tenses. You need to, don't try to learn it through grammar. बचपन से हम tenses सीख रहे हैं. Try to learn it while talking to your friends. Best way to learn tenses, talking to your friends. Talk about your things. Okay. Just give me a 1 minute. I'm going reading everyone's answer. Okay. Don't have speaking skills and also slow in English. It's all right. It will get better with time. Low confidence. Going to talk about too much thoughts in minds. Yes. No vocabulary about daily life routine. Okay. My accent sounds weird to some. If your accents sounds weird to some, just ignore them. You will get better with time. Okay. And okay, hesitation, vocabulary shortage, confidence. Okay. So I can see suggest some channels that actually might work on it. No one can work on you unless you were working on yourself. Let me tell you, you can improve your speaking skills by speaking. I'm an IELTS trainer. I teach students how to score 7 bands or 8.5 bands if they're going to abroad. Like I'm telling you, foreign countries, they need to have those skills. This is a speaking test. मतलब मैं आपको इन आईएलटीएस का थोड़ा सा बताऊं तो आईएलटीएस इज इंटरनेशनल इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज टेस्टिंग सिस्टम सो इट्स एन इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज टेस्टिंग system and I teach my students how to speak in English fluently in 2 months. So you can improve your speaking by speaking. That's it. That's the simple formula I can give you. Okay. How can we improve body language? You need to work on that. And I will talk about that as well. So first let's talk about hesitation, fear, and what else was there? Lack of grammar, confidence. Okay. First, the problem we are having these days is we think that other person is judging us, or we might say something wrong, the fear, the everything. Let me reduce that fear by giving one example. I was giving the speech for around about 600 people in a different city. It was Gujranwala or I guess something. And there was the director and everything. And I started speaking gibberish. Gibberish means मैं जो भूल गया सब कुछ मुझे कहना था and no one noticed. ठीक है? So no one noticed this thing that I was speaking gibberish. Look, whenever you want to improve English, you need to just start speaking it. When I have students and whenever they can't speak in English, my reaction is, okay, they are learning. Sometimes you get, this is a psychological issue that sometimes we are thinking too much. The other person is not. अगर मैं एग्जांपल दूं, मैंने एक बार गलती से प्रोनाउंस कर दिया था आई डिडेंट गॉट डिडेंट के साथ गेट लगता है गॉट नहीं लगता ठीक है मैंने आई डिडेंट गॉट दैट and I paused. और जो मेरी friend थी, she started saying that you're Maheen, you're an English speaker. What happened to you? What is wrong with you? English is your second language. What are you doing? No, third language, sorry. So what are you doing? And I was like, it was a small mistake. And I started feeling, this fear कि मैं इसके सामने दोबारा इंग्लिश में नहीं बात करूंगी और मेरा इस मजाक उड़ाएगी and everything. No. ठीक है? I know that she was just joking around, but sometimes people joke around and it's like, confidence breaker, but you need to ignore that. Okay? If you think that you cannot speak English in front of this person because they're good at it, speak English in front of them. उनके सामने ही आपने जाकर इंग्लिश में बात करनी है. That is the biggest advice I can give you. उनके सामने ही बात करें, अपने इंग्लिश का फियर तोड़ें. मेरी टीचर डैनियला, she was a Briton and she is from Scottish, ठीक है? So her Scottish accent mixed with British, she sounded like Adele. And I was so scared. मैं कहती इससे बात कैसे करूँ and everything. When I started speaking with her, and I come to realize that I'm not that terrible. At English. How you have improved? By speaking, by just speaking. Speak, and I will give you one tip. One tip, everyone. Record voice recordings per day. मैंने कल भी बात की है कि हर दिन 5 वॉइस रिकॉर्ड करें ठीक है अपने फ़ोन लें दिस इज माई फ़ोन ठीक है नॉट इन अ गुड कंडीशन अपना फ़ोन लें और 2 मिनट की वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करें ठीक है अब कुछ लोग वीडियो में कंफर्टेबल होते हैं कुछ लोग ऑडियो में होते हैं ऑडियो रिकॉर्ड करें 2 मिनट्स की and talk about anything. I remember I talked about different political issues. I talked about with myself. I talked about different things. So how you can start by recording 2 minutes. ठीक है, start by recording the 2 minutes audios. Some people say that yes, you have to start by speaking 2 minutes. ठीक है, मैं आपको बता रही हूँ, मेरे स्टूडेंट्स वजीरिस्तान से थे, ठीक है, और कुछ बाजोर से थे। इफ़ यू गाइस डोंट नो, बाजोर और वजीरिस्तान, बाजोर और वजीरिस्तान पेशावर के वो गांव की साइड के लोग हैं जिनको उर्दू भी नहीं आती। दे डोंट इवन नो हाउ टू स्पीक इन उर्दू, एंड दे ओनली कैन स्पीक इन देयर ओन पश्तो, ठीक है, लैंग्वेज। सो टीचिंग देम इंग्लिश, आई हैव रियलाइज्ड, आई हैव क्रैक्ड द कोड कि you can speak in 2 minutes, speak for 2 minutes is just in your mind. इफ यू हैवन स्टार्टेड इट यू माइट फील कि नहीं, नहीं हो सकता। तो बहुत सारी चीज़ों के लिए आपने इस साइकोलॉजी को अपना ब्रेक करना है और कहना है कि यस, स्पीक फॉर 2 minutes एंड ईच डे लिसन टू योर वॉइस ईच डे, and it has worked for my students greatly. Of course it would work for you. Okay, again, I also told you that yes, another person also said that okay, watch movies. Start with Disney movies. Okay, Disney movies, they have good references. Some of them are not that great, but mostly of them are. Watch Disney movies, and you would notice that it helps you greatly when you're speaking in English and everything. Now, grammar issues and vocabulary issues. Let's discuss that. Well, when you're not talking to someone, or when you're not reading something, and when you're not watching or listening English, of course you're going to get stuck. अब मैं एग्जांपल दूं पश्तो को। Do we have any Pathans here? ऐसा ना मेरा मजाक करो, देखिए अब साइकोलॉजिकल इशू आ गया ना। Do we have any Pathans in the chat? Okay, yes, the one Pathan. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, one another. देखिए मुझे भी देखिए साइकोलॉजिकल प्रेशर आ गया क्योंकि मुझे पश्तो नहीं आती। अब देखिए मुझे लेस लिटिल बिट। सो हमारे इधर एक वर्कर है एंड ही कांट स्पीक इंग्लिश और उर्दू, ठीक है, एंड वी आर ट्राइंग टू मेक हिम स्पीक इंग्लिश। इट्स अ वेरी फनी थिंग। तो अब मुझे पानी चाहिए था एंड आई एम इन द क्लास एंड आई डोंट नो हाउ टू टेल हिम दैट आई नीड वाटर बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स our host is also Bhutan. So I told, मजाक नहीं उड़ाना किसी ने, okay, everyone a fresh learner. So I told him ubo raka, ठीक है, ubo raka. So again, um, I had to speak in Pashto, ठीक है। तो वही बात आती है कि आपको लगता है कि आप नहीं कर सकते, और उन्होंने मेरा मजाक नहीं उड़ाया, साजिद ने मेरा मजाक नहीं उड़ाया। एक और मैं एक्सीडेंट बताती हूँ कि आई वाज इन ड्राइव एंड ही वाज पठान, ठीक है, एंड आई कुड नॉट टेल हिम दैट बस मुझे यहाँ उतारो, मेरा घर आ गया। तो अगेन आई विल से सॉरी फॉर माई इनफॉर्मल स्पीच, बट मैंने कहा दल था रुकशा, तो मुझे नहीं पता उर्दू में रुक जाओ का मतलब है स्टॉप हो जाओ, ठीक है। सो आई टोल्ड हिम दल था रुकशा एंड ही स्टार्टेड लुकिंग एट मी ना वियर्डली एंड इज लाइक कि इससे मुझे क्या कर इसलिए। तो मैंने उसका दल था स्टॉप शा। तो अब मैं उसको, इतना मुझे समझ पड़ गई थी कि दलता का मतलब है यहाँ पर, बट मुझे उद्रेगा नहीं आ रहा था। अब मैंने देखिए सीख लिया है ना, उद्रेगा मैंने सीख लिया है। तो when you will talk to different people, आप vocabulary words तभी आएंगे आपके पास, जब आप नहीं बोलेंगे तो आपके पास words नहीं आएंगे। Again, my students use different apps, they use ChatGPT and everything, they talk to that about their daily life, but talk to your friends in English. Simple as that. Talk to your friends in English. You will realize that it's much easier and much effective. Now, so tricky, Pashto. Yeah, so tricky. Yes, it is. For me, it is. Udrega is also first. Yes, मुझे उदरेगा नहीं आता था, तो मैंने उसको दलता स्टॉप शा कह दिया और दलता रुक शा कह दिया। तो अगेन यू वुड नो कि देखिए, जो कोई नई लैंग्वेज सीख रहा होता है तो उसके पास वोकेबलरी वर्ड्स नहीं होते, उसके पास सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर नहीं होता, बट व्हेन यू स्टार्ट स्पीकिंग इट यू विल स्लोली एंड स्लोली बिट बाय बिट यू स्टार्ट स्पीकिंग इट। अब जब मुझे पानी तक मैं कहती हूँ कि ओबोरोड़ा, और मैं स्टार्टिंग I started speaking it, right? So you will realize that communication is only achieved when you start speaking. Okay. Now, first method was record yourself, your voice or your video for 2 minutes. ठीक है? I try to list it out for you because some कहते हैं कि मैंने नहीं बताया. So first, second, watch some movies, listen to some TED Talks. TED Talks can be boring, so watch some Disney movies. I really like badminton. It's my favorite. I really like different Avengers is a good series. There is a many Bridgerton, that's a good series as well. Peaky Blinders, I love that. It's one of my favorite shows. Okay, look, there's one of our chat person, Mr. Muhammad, and he is giving so many good advice. Going to praise you for that. Good job for that. And yes, so there are different apps that you can record your voice or something, and but be careful because कुछ apps harmful भी होते हैं, ठीक है? My students have done that, so I'm giving you just a heads up. So simple as that, you can improve your communication by communicating. Now let's talk about interview, okay? And I hope that everyone is with me, okay? And I'm straightforward. How we analyze our recordings, you will just get it. Trust me, आपको change दिखेगा in 1 week because first you would be implementing some tones, then you would see not know through AI. AI is not good at recording like analyzing those things. Analyze it yourself, ठीक है? Analyze it yourself and you can do that. मैं कहती हूँ कि चैट जीपीटी पे पूरा डिपेंडेंट ना रहे, ठीक है? Use this brain. Yes, Alishba, yes, Ruksha को कहा जाता है. And I was pretty embarrassed when my finance manager Sarumar told me that मैम ये आपने गलत कर दिया. So I realized at that time, उस वक्त मुझे realize भी नहीं, उस वक्त मैं कही थी कि मुझे क्यों गुस्से से देख रहा है. I don't know what is wrong with him. So at the same time, this things happens with us. Okay, interviews. Yes, I was talking about that. अच्छा, interviews में different psychology use होती है. And let me tell you that okay, there are different English tests starting with IELTS, like with CERT, PTE, Duolingo, Oxford, ठीक है? Many more tests, ठीक है? ये English के test हैं, as well as all your psychological interviews if you're going for PMS, CSS, if you're going for any good job, any foreign job, there are psychological English language tests. First, you need to know yourself. You can communicate effectively and tell the answer effectively if you know yourself. Okay. Now there are some Abrahamic watch mock interviews. Yes, but once you start practicing it, don't just watch, do those mock interviews with yourself. In my outline, I said this word role play. ठीक है, ये बहुत important है, and I want to do it with someone. ठीक है, today. So let me select person. Mr. Mohammed Subten. If I'm not pronouncing it wrong, can you open your mic? Are you okay with that? Can you? Who said yes? Our beautiful host, can you open his mic?
मैम मैंने इनको एक्सेस दे दी है.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay, let's have a mock, okay? Ready?
Okay, ma'am, okay.
I'm your interviewer and I'm going to question you and I'm going to judge you on your psychology as well as I'm also going to judge you on your English, okay? Comfortable?
Okay, ma'am, I'm comfortable.
Okay, first, what is your name?
My name is Muhammad Saptan.
Okay, Saptan. Okay, Mr. Muhammad Saptan, do you work or study?
I'm studying.
Okay, you're studying. What are you studying right now?
Right now I'm basic economics student, 5th semester.
Okay, you're in fifth semester. Mr. Saptan, if you don't mind, can I ask you where do you belong to?
Yeah, I belong to Dera Ghazi Khan, South
Dera Ghazi
Punjab.
Khan, South Punjab. Okay, and how was your day today?
Yeah, good day.
Good day, good day. Okay, and can I ask you a few more questions?
Yes, ma'am, you can ask.
Okay, I'm going to ask you what are your strengths and weaknesses?
Ma'am, my strength is problem solving and critical thinking.
Okay, why would you say that? How many problems have you solved?
Firstly, I have session with LUM student about electric bike and petrol bike. Give a assignment that we solve with group members.
Okay, and why would you say you're creative?
Creative. I use any word for give me assignment like teachers give me a project with. other.
Okay, thank you, thank you. That's it. Thank you, Mr. Sapten.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, now, as an IELTS instructor, what would I say the bands would? The bands would be 5 or 5.5 or maybe 4.5 as well. But of course, I did not take his full test, so I would not give him a bad band. Let's say 5 bands, that isn't that I will give him. Okay, why? In interviews, you're leaving out the informations. You're leaving out it. Okay? What is your name? Look, if anyone asks me what is my name, I will first say my name and then tell the examiner how should they address me. I will say, my name is Mahinatha, but you can call me Mahin. Or you can say, my name is Mahinatha, but people call me Mahin, so you can call me Mahin too. Look, I'm giving the examiner how they can address me, as well as I'm speaking in English. Your English is being tested, so you have to speak in English a lot. My name is this, to koi bhi keh sakta hai, right? Now, the second question is, do you work or study? You did not inform me, that are you speaking, what work you do? And I had to ask you, are you studying or working? So, in this question, you have to explain it. The examiner is asking you, the interview is asking you. I hire people and I don't select them because they're leaving out the information. They're giving me incomplete answers. Now, first, do you work or study? Well, I have completed my discipline in English, and currently I'm working with eHub, and for past 2 years I have been teaching IELTS, and I love my job. I have given him three major informations. First, what is my discipline? Second, what I'm doing right now in present. And third, most important, what is my working criteria? Do I like it? Do I not? Or what is my current situation? Okay. So this is the thing, this is the problem. You don't tell them. Now, where do you belong to? Again, leaving out the major informations. Now, how I will answer this question for an interview or as a psychological test, then I will say, well, I'm born and raised. I'm telling them two things. I'm born and raised in. Wait, let me just tell my. Wait.
जब तक मैम आ रही हैं तब तक आप सब लोग अपनी अटेंडेंस मार्क कर रहे हैं जल्दी से।
So sorry for that. As I told you, I would love you all to see you as well as my, I would say my family of eHub or as well as my co-workers. But again, we are having a class, so I will not disturb you and them as well. So where was I? Let me think. Okay, where do I belong to? So I will say I'm born and raised in Peshawar, which is a city of flowers, and I love it. I am again providing the examiner a good quantity of information. Now, something that we examiners reduce the marks of the student is when we ask them, how was your day? And the student or the candidate say it was fine or it was good. This is a major something that we don't like and major something that we try to make our students avoid. Look, when the examiner is asking you that, how was your day? They are not just asking for, हम कहते हैं ना कि सिर्फ उसके लिए नहीं पूछ रहे कि ये फॉर्मेलिटी है. They're asking, they actually want to know that, like, where, how was your day? Are you okay? Are you happy? They actually want to know that information. So if anyone asks me how was my day, I usually start by, well, today was a pleasant day. First, I'm mindful of my vocabulary words that I use. Not too extravagant, not too luxurious, not too shady as well. Well, it was pleasant day. I had many activities to do. At first, I woke up and I had to run some errands. It was for Friday, and as being a Muslim, I usually I take a bath, and I took a bath. That's why. And I took a bath. I got ready. I went to my institutions and prepared some lectures, delivered some lectures. After that, I took some rest. Again, as I told you, and as I already mentioned before, I had I have a graduation ceremony, so I had to complete some listings, and I had completed those lists, and I had some on-site class of IELTS, language cert, Oxford, and interviews. After taking that class, I had an online class of IELTS, and now I'm taking your class. So, or now I'm appearing on this interview. So, tell them about your day. Lay down in front of them. Even if it was terrible, lay it out in front of them. Don't lie during your interview, because there would be some psychologist sitting and you would not know. So be very mindful of the words vocabulary used. I'm again telling you that whenever the interview is asking you something, tell them the information in a very, you know, in a very easy way, as well as providing them with a lot of information. Okay, I like to use three fingertip formula. Should I teach you tomorrow, or should I teach you now? Three fingertip formula. Now. Oh, that was okay. Tomorrow, now, tomorrow. Okay. If you write tomorrow, I will teach you tomorrow. If I write now, I will, okay. We have three nouns. So in the, okay, now. As per your convenience, thank you so much. Okay, let me teach you now, and I will also repeat it tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, chat. I will teach you now as well, and I will repeat it tomorrow. Three fingertip formula. Three fingertip formula is whenever you're given a question, go from general to specific. Someone have asked me that what are my strengths? Okay, simple question. You can answer it in one sentence, but I like to answer it in three sentences. First, I will say journal statement, basic sentence. I will say, well, as per my observation, I have different skills and I have different strengths. Then I will answer the question. I'm very innovative and I'm good at leadership skills. And then the last statement, I will give the information, the supportive details, and I will answer that first, just like I will answer from the start. Well, as per my observations, I have many different skills and strengths that I've noticed. That strengths and the skills would be that I'm good at leadership skills, organizing, and as well as I'm innovative. I will explain by saying that whenever I'm working and we have to advertise a new course and we have to teach our students through a new method, I come up with a method to teach them in a very easy way and convenient way. I also am good at leadership, as I have trained teachers since 2021, and those teachers also gave a very productive result, so I'm good at that. And that would be it. Okay, just three fingertip formula. Okay, 3 to 4 sentences per question is good. Yes, I do have an assignments for you, and I will share it in the group if that's all right with you guys. I will send a voice note in the group explaining. All right, because whenever I say here, usually some people don't get it. All right. So again, do you have any questions for me? And tell me, was the lecture okay? Yes, I will. I will share the three fingertip formula. Any questions, or well, how was the today's lecture? Oh yeah, the class time has ended. Okay. Okay.
बाकी सब लोग अपने क्वेश्चंस कल के लिए रख लें। आप लोग जो हैं वो कल अपने क्वेश्चंस जो है वो दोबारा से मैम से पूछ लीजिएगा।
Okay, office everyone, take care.
ओके एवरीवन, आप लोगों की जो भी असाइनमेंट या टास्क वगैरह होगा वो आप लोगों को ग्रुप में शेयर कर दिया जाएगा। दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे। अल्लाह हाफिज़।